Liabilities side, capital account Rajaram 1,22,500, Tukaram's capital 52,500, and Sakaram's capital 25,000. Total 2 lakhs. Total amount of capital 2 lakhs. General Reserve 30,000. Loan from Bank of India secured 45,000. Bills payable 25,000. Sundry creditors 12,500. Asset side cash at bank 25,000. Sundry assets 2 lakh 12,500. Drawings Rajaram 25,000, Tukaram 25,000, and Sakaram also 25,000. Total amount of drawing 75,000. Then total of the balance sheet 3,12,500. Additional information. Number one, rupees 10,000 has to be provided for realization expenses. The following net realization were made: 15th April 2020, rupees 50,000. 30th April 2020, rupees 10,000. 10th May 2020, rupees 67,500. And 19th May 2020, rupees 65,000. The actual realization expenses were rupees 12,500. Prepare a statement showing distribution of the cash by applying excess capital method. Now friends, you have to keep in mind only one method is there, that is the excess capital method. So now while solving the problem, you should keep in mind how many partners are there. There are total 3 partners, Rajaram, Tukaram and Sakaram. Then second thing you have to keep in mind their ratio, profit sharing ratio. They are provided profit sharing ratio 3 is to 2 is to 1. This profit sharing ratio is there. Now, then after that, what kind of liability is there? What kind of capital is there? What amount, how much amount of cash balance is there? That we have to consider. First of all, we have to find out final excess capital. What we have to find out? Final excess capital. See that I already prepared the final excess capital statement in our Excel. Now we will discuss the same. Already we have studied the 2 problems. You know that how we will calculate the final excess capital. For that purpose, we have to apply 5 steps. Step number one, that is the calculation of the adjusted capital. Step number two, calculation of the unit capital, calculation of the base capital, calculation of the proportionate capital, and step number five, that is calculation of the final excess capital. Then, if the any particular partner who is holding 2 or more partners holding excess capital, then we will repeat these 5 steps again. And again, we have to find out the new excess capital and new ultimate excess capital. And we will repeat the steps again and again. Once one partner holding the final excess capital, we will stop the steps from step number 1 to step number 5 that we have studied 2 times in problem number 1 also, problem number 2 also. Same things we have to study in problem number 3rd. Now, I don't want to waste your time, so we will directly start how to calculate this excess capital. Here, I already solved this sum statement of excess capital. Step first step particulars, Rajaram, Tukaram, and Sakaram. These 3 partners are there. Then after that, profit sharing ratio. They are provided the profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio is 3 is to 2 is to 1. The same we have to write 3 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. Then after that, first step we have to calculate calculation of the adjusted capital. Now adjusted capital, how we will calculate? So we have to consider the capital amount. Sometimes current balance is there, current account balance that we have to consider. Sometimes drawing is there. Now here drawing they are provided asset side. Rajaram's drawing 25,000, Tukaram and Sakaram also 25,000 each. Now drawing also there. The drawing we will deduct from the capital value while calculating the adjusted capital. If you see that capital balance is recorded 1,22,500, 52,500 and 25,000. From this, drawing is a personal expenses. We deducted so drawing value 25,000 each partner we deducted, and this particular drawing value here we deducted. Now here Sakaram's drawing was 12,500, that you have to rectify. Sakaram drawing was 12,500. Here it is not a 25,000, it is a 12,500, that you have to rectify. 12,500. In our question, Sakaram's drawing is 12,500, that you have to change. Okay, so this drawing we recorded and we deducted from the capital balances. Then one more item is there in our question, general reserve. General reserve we have to add it in the capital. General reserve we have to add it. 30,000 amount of general reserve is there. This 30,000 amount of general reserve we will distribute among the partners as per their profit sharing ratio. We will distribute among the partners as per their profit sharing ratio. So we distributed 3 is to 2 is to 1 basis. So Rajaram's general reserve share 15,000, Tukaram 10,000 and Sakaram 5,000. How we will calculate? 30,000 into 3 divided by 6. So Rajaram's share of the general reserve 15,000. Tukaram shares, how we will calculate? 30,000 into 2. 2 is a share divided by total of the profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio 3 is to 2 is to 1. The total will be 6. The amount of the share of the general reserves 10,000 for Tukaram and Sakaram's 5,000. Then after that, total we 1,22,500 less 25,000 and add 15,000. The total adjusted capital of Rajaram 1,12,500, Tukaram 37,500 and Sakaram 17,500. I hope you understood how we will calculate adjusted capital. After getting adjusted capital, next thing is that calculate the unit capital. What will be the formula to calculate the unit capital? Formula is very simple. Adjusted capital divided by profit sharing ratio. Rajaram's adjusted capital, they are provided, we got 1,12,500 divided by 3. So we will get the unit capital 37,500. Then Tukaram's adjusted capital was 37,500 divided by 2, his profit sharing ratio. We will get unit capital 18,750. And Sakaram's adjusted capital was 17,500 divided by 1. The same amount is considered as a unit capital. After getting unit capital, we will find out base capital. What we have to find out? Base capital. How we will calculate the base capital? It's very simple. It is the lowest unit capital. Lowest unit capital. Now, which amount is the lowest among these three values? 17,500 is the lowest value. This particular lowest unit capital will be considered as the base capital. I hope you understood this, what is going on. It's very simple to calculate. I hope you understood. After getting base capital, we have to find out proportionate capital. How we will find out proportionate capital? Formula is there. Base capital multiplied by profit sharing ratio. The base capital 17,500 into 3, 17,500 into 2, and 17,500 into 1. So you will get the Rajaram's proportionate capital 52,500, Tukaram's 35,000, and Sakaram's 17,500. I hope you understood how you will get the proportionate capital. After getting this proportionate capital, we have to find out excess capital. Excess capital is very simple to find out. Adjusted capital minus proportionate capital. Now, adjusted capital was 1,12,500 and proportionate capital was 52,500. The excess capital 60,000. Rajaram's excess capital 60,000. Tukaram's excess capital we got 2,500 after deducting the adjusted capital 37,500 from proportionate capital 35,000 we deducted from the adjusted capital. Then this 17,500 was the adjusted capital of the Sakaram and the proportionate capital also 17,500. This particular amount they got is nil amount, nil value they got excess capital. It means Sakaram's excess capital nil, but still we have two partners and they are holding excess capital. Rajaram's excess capital 60,000, Tukaram's excess capital 2,500. It means two partners, if the two or more partners holding excess capital, we will repeat step number 1 to step number 5 again. I hope you understood what is going on. It's very important. Why we are repeating the steps? Whenever the step number 1 and two partners holding excess capital value, that time we will repeat step number 1 to step number 5. If the only one partner holding and other two partners are nil, that time we will not repeat the steps. These things you have to keep in mind. Why we are repeating? Because of the two or more partners. Here Rajaram and Tukaram, they have excess capital. Therefore, we are repeating the step number 1 to step number 5. Now, how whenever we are repeating, so we have to find out the new adjusted capital. Whatever excess capital is there, same value we will consider as the adjusted capital. 60,000, 60,000, 2,500, 2,500. Excess capital we will consider as a new adjusted capital. Then new unit capital. New unit capital, how we will find out? Adjusted capital divided by profit sharing ratio. You see the formula of the unit capital, adjusted capital divided by profit sharing ratio. Same formula here we will use. The adjusted capital 60,000 divided by profit sharing ratio 3. So you will get the 20,000 value. Here 2,500 divided by 2. You will get the 1250 value of the new unit capital. Then we will find out the base capital. New base capital. New base capital, how we will find out? Lowest unit capital. So here 20,000 and 1250. Which one is the lowest? 1250. So 1250 is the lowest unit capital. The new proportionate capital we have to find out. How we will find out? BC into profit sharing ratio. BC means base capital. Base capital is 1250 multiplied by 3. So 3750 and 1250 multiplied by 2. You will get 2,500. Now we have to find out proportionate capital. So how we will find out? We got this proportionate capital. We have multiplied with base capital into 3 and base capital into 2. After that, we have to find out the excess capital. How we will find out excess capital? AC minus PC is the excess capital. The same way we have to find out the new AC minus new PC. New AC was 60,000, New PC was 3750. So you will get 26,250 is the excess capital. Here 2500 minus 2500 nil. Here in our problem, Tukaram became nil and Rajaram having 26,250 final excess capital. The Rajaram is the only one partner holding excess capital. Now other two partners become nil. So no need to repeat these steps. Our final excess capital we got. All steps are over. So I hope you understood these steps. If you have any doubt, any problem, you can ask, because if you see that we solve two problems and third problem is there, same things repetition is there. There is no change. Whatever problem we have solved in problem number one and problem number two, same thing, same steps we are repeating here also. There is no problem. You can easily get good marks if you have good practice. Yes, one of the person he has given one chat, sir, teach us as the last lectures you teach by showing answers and format. It's going on head. See that I already solved two problems in front of you. So now this your duty. You have to solve without giving answers. At least question number three. You have to solve. Uh, I have not given any homework also to you. I explained the question number three also, and whatever steps repeated in question in problem number one and problem number two, same steps are there. So not necessary to give showing the answers and format is going on. Last lectures you teach, because we don't want to waste your time, because we want to solve maximum problems. If you have doubt regarding any particular problem, how we will calculate adjusted capital, how we will calculate unit capital, if these kinds of doubt is there, so you can ask, is there any doubt? Okay, do you have any doubt regarding problem number third? So we will continue. Just take down this, you can take the screenshot, then after that you have to write. Because what happened, we have a very few lectures in a week and we have to solve maximum, because we have to solve the theoretical part also, we have to solve the objective part also, and maximum problem if you solve, practice is very important. If I solve 10 to 20 problems in front of you, but you can't understand, it is not a way of the proper study. So you should study properly, so you will get good marks. Practice is very important. See that how we will draw, where we have to write. This thing is very important, because this particular statement they can ask for 10 marks, and statement of piecemeal distribution of cash they will ask for 10 marks. So 20 marks big question will come. That time you have to solve, and the practice is very important. Without without any particular mistake you have to solve. And if you create any kind of mistake, it is affected to the whole sum. These things you have to keep in mind. If you find out wrong adjusted capital, it is affected to your excess capital, and whole statement become wrong, and you will get directly 0 marks. These things you have to keep in mind whenever we have to solve any particular problem. That time you have to practice maximum time, you will get good marks. And I already provided the two problems YouTube videos. You can see the problem number 1 and problem number 2 repeated time, means hundreds of times you can see my videos. And if you have a doubts, then you can anytime you can ask. No one can ask here. I don't think you have any doubt, but you have to practice. Practice is very important. Okay, is there any query? Okay, and one thing you have to keep in mind, today I solve any particular problem, same problem you, the same solution you have to study same day. Don't keep your answers we will solve after 2 3 days are over. Solve directly today. There is no problem to you. You have a whole night. If you sit hardly half an hour, we can easily solve this service. So these things you have to keep in mind. So I had called number of students and I asked the question, uh, you have seen my videos, have you solved the sums? Many students says, no sir, we don't have a time, we are going for jobs. But why, what about your whole night? What you are doing whole night? See that whatever videos I am preparing, I prepare in the night, because night work is good work, because there is no noise. All I can easily prepare the videos. uh, the same things you have to do. Whatever effort I provided to you, you have to study hard for scoring purpose. You have to think about the 20 out of 20. It's 20 marks I will easily get if I solve any kind of sum. That type of practice you must do, then you will get maximum. Okay, so problem number third, I solve a statement of excess capital. Now I will not solve further solution. I will give the homework to you. You have to prepare order of payment, and you have to prepare statement of piecemeal distribution of the cash. This is a homework to you. You have to solve. Because what happened? Next lecture I will solve. Whenever we will come, we have a two lectures this coming Saturday. This coming Saturday we have a two lectures. If it is possible, because Saturday we have a holiday, I think. Saturdays we have a holiday because of the Ganesh Chaturthi. So we will not take lectures, but I will share the certain videos, or we will take the lectures in the next week. That time I will discuss the question number third next part. But right now, what you have to do, you have to solve this particular part And next part, it means just order of payment and statement of the peaceful distribution of cash that you have to find out, you have to calculate, and that you have to study properly. You, if you don't have any particular problem regarding the problem number one and problem number two, then you can easily solve problem number third also regarding the statement of the peaceful distribution of the cash. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Now, do you have any problem regarding this excess capital? No, you don't have. You can take this, you can take the screenshot. Okay, now one more work that you have to do. Now, friends, write short note on highest relative capital method. This short note is available in our notes. It is available in our notes, page number 1. It is available. This is a proportionate capital method, means the highest relative capital method. Highest relative capital method. This short note you have to write in your notebook. Then excess capital method. It highest relative capital method means the excess capital method. So this particular two short note, same answer is there. Secured and unsecured liability is there in page number 1. Secured creditors, unsecured creditors, outsiders liability is there. Secured creditors and unsecured creditors. Liabilities, the answers are there in our notes. So you can easily solve two short notes, then answer in one sentence. These 8 questions answers you have to write. Otherwise, we will discuss in the next lecture. Whenever we will come, that time we will discuss. But you have to try these 8 questions. Answering one sentence. Only one sentence I required. I don't want 2-3 sentences or paragraph. We we just want the one sentence answers. And we studied this. These all these things we have studied already. Now, what you have to do, you have to find out the answers. In our notes, answers are there. All 8 questions, answers are there in our notes. No need to see the any kind of textbook or outside notes. Okay, fine. Then after that, I want these particular answers because what happened? You have the 2 days holidays. I think Saturday and Sunday, 2 days holidays are there. You can easily solve these plus things in your notebook. Then fill in the blanks. Many are there. Many 10 fill in the blanks are there. You have to solve, and these answers are there in our notes, page number 1 and page number 2. If you see that, answers are there. Now, why we are solving objective theory? Well, what happened in question number 1, objectives are there, 20 marks objective, and question number 5 also theory part is there, and we have to study theoretical part, objective part, and practical part also. 3 things, if you study properly, you will score 100 out of 100. Accountancy is a one of the subject you will easily get 100 out of 100. But one thing is their practice is very important. Theory part also you have to study properly. Okay, so you have the maximum homework because maybe we will directly meet on next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday we will meet. We have a third lecture because Monday and Tuesday we don't have the lectures, and Saturday and Sunday we have a holiday. So we will directly meet to the Wednesday. That time I want answers, and and that time you can unmute yourself and you can give the answers. That time I will give the chance to the each and every students to give the answers and to interact with